What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video we're going to be going over the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning this weekend's unified world title fight at 115 pounds between champion Bam Rodriguez and fellow champion Phulemele Cafu.
Rivera in one round gives an angle. There it is. Left hand scores it.
Guys, before I continue, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's been with me since day one. If you haven't already, could you please remember to hit subscribe? Could you also like this video? And right now, go down to the bottom of your screen, find the bell notification button, hit that so you never miss a video. Guys, I also want to mention on the channel, as of last week, we are offering Johnny Says Boxing Insiders memberships. It's a couple bucks a month. It really helps support the channel, but more importantly, you guys get insider information on parlays, over and unders, knockdown prop bets, along with other special features that only insiders get. That link is in the comment section below. All right, guys, it is almost the weekend. If you've been paying attention to the channel, we have visited the UK. We broke down the rematch with Usyk taking on Dubois at Wembley. We also covered the fights that took place last night in Sydney, Australia. I went to those fights headlined by Gallen versus Sonny Bill. Hopefully, you guys followed my betting advice because we hit huge once again. That's 17 fights in a row that I've hit in Australia. That's some home cooking, from the Sam Goodman versus Cesar Vaca card to this card last night. But moving forward, business at hand, we have one of my favorite things in boxing, a unified world title fight between two undefeated world champions. We have the American, the popular Jesse Bam Rodriguez, taking on the lesser known, boxing heads will know the name, Pumle Cafu, coming from South Africa. He is also undefeated. He is also a world champion, and Kafu is no stranger with traveling to foreign lands and going in as the underdog and upsetting the odds. He did this once before to become a world champion, using a knockdown to help him win a very close, razor close split decision against Tanaka. So in this video, what we're gonna do is take a look at both fighters. We're gonna talk a little bit about how they go about their business. Stay tuned to the end of the video. Like always, that's where I'm gonna be going over the current Las Vegas odds and be giving you my prediction and telling you where to put your money. All right, guys, boxing fans will know by now Bam Rodriguez. He is already at 25 years old, a two-weight world champion. He's won titles at 12, he's won titles at 15. And before Brian Norman Jr. became a champion at 47, Bam was the youngest world champion in boxing on the men's side. Personally, when I watch Bam Rodriguez, there is a lot to like about how he goes about his business. His southpaw aggressive style is fun to watch. He's always marauding on the front foot. He is a high-level operator, and he's an assassin in there. If you like the little things, angle changes, movements, setups, if you like a guy who could change pace with his punches within a combination, Bam Rodriguez is your guy. This is also a young man who's been tested before. He's been hit before, he's been dropped before, he's picked himself off of the canvas before, and he knows how to dig deep and win fights. This is important at the highest level. Kafu is a guy who's gonna present a nice challenge to Bam Rodriguez. I've been paying attention to the boxing forums, the boxing blogs. The odds have Kafu as a huge underdog. I'm starting to see some people think that he could go in there into Texas and spring the upset. I do want to mention, take this however you want to take it. Go to Bam's BoxRec right now. You're going to see the scheduled fight, which is taking place in a few days, versus Kafu, and also another scheduled fight. These fights are highlighted in yellow whenever they become official on BoxRec. That's against Puma in November, and that's the fight that everybody is super stoked about. Dare I say, Bam should not look ahead. I don't like scheduling fights ahead of time. We talked about it with Caleb Plant in his camp more recently, looking ahead to Charlo. The whole card was built around that, and we saw what Resendez did, and he upset the odds makers. Can Kafu do the same this weekend in Texas? Only time will tell. Right now, I do want to take a closer look and remind everybody what's at stake this weekend in Texas. All right, guys, Jesse Bam Rodriguez is the WBC title holder and lineal champion at junior bantamweight, a pound-for-pound talent who is scheduled for two separate unification fights in 2025, like I talked about. This one this weekend against Kafu, and another in November against Fernando Martinez. To firm up his claim to the throne, he needs to be victorious in both. he then could be headed toward dream matches at bantamweight and above. Guys, when I talk about Bam Rodriguez on my live streams, I always say that I feel personally we are looking at a future Hall of Famer at 25 years old. He is already a 2-division world champion. He's won titles at 12. He's won titles at 15. There's exciting matchups at 18, possibly 22, depending on how he fills out his frame. We know he's not the biggest guy. He stands about 5'4", but he does all the things really well in the ring that you want to see from a guy who is raising up and rising up in divisions the older he gets. Specifically the technique and the precision and accuracy as a puncher, which then leads to power, which really helps guys move up in divisions and carry that power with them. Right now, let's take a closer look at Kafu and remind fans or educate fans on what to expect with his opponent. Guys, Pumle Cafu is a 26-year-old South African who owns the WBO Junior Bantamweight World title. Kafu earned that title by fighting outside of his home country for the first time as a pro, traveling to Japan last October to challenge Keisei Tanaka as part of a 2-day extravaganza of title fights in Tokyo. Kafu won by the narrowest of split decisions, 2 judges seeing it 114 to 113 his way, the other giving Tanaka a 114-113 nod. Kafu's 5th round knockdown of Tanaka proved to be the difference. Kafu isn't the biggest name on this show. He's coming to Texas fully aware that Rodriguez is the star with all the buzz behind him and plenty of plans in front of him. But Kafu is used to upsetting the odds and defying expectations, something that predates the victory over Tanaka. Kafu's going into this fight feeling like the underdog. He is the underdog, feeling like he's been overlooked, and more importantly, he's coming in with a chip on his shoulder. Whenever you have a fight between 2 undefeated guys in their mid-20s who are also both world champions, you better believe this is going to be a slugfest. You better believe each guy is going to get the best version of their opponent. I do not expect Bam and his camp to look past Kafu. We know how high I am on Robert Garcia, what that means with his fighters always coming in prepared with a great game plan and his fighters executing that game plan. Right now, I do want to take a closer look at the South African and see what he's been up to in his career. Guys, Phulemele Cafu is 11-0 with 3 draws. He has 8 knockout victories out of 869 fighters in the world at 115 pounds. He is ranked number 6th. He's fought a total career of 85 pro rounds and carries into the ring a 73% career knockout to win ratio. He is the WBO World Super Flyweight Champion. His adoring fans know him as the Truth, and the 26-year-old Orthodox fighter is a South African fighter standing at 5'6" with a 64-inch reach. He was born and raised in Duncan Village, Eastern Cape, South Africa. We last saw him fight Keisei Tanaka, 20-1 split decision in the 12th. Steele, 6-4, stopped him in the 1st. Lebranta, 20-2, UD in the 10th. Chake, 22-1, won a split in the 12th. Namalambo, 9-3, stopped him in the 2nd. So like I said, Phulemele Cafu is not a household name. He is a world champion. And guys, the longer you're on my channel, the more you'll understand how much I like the lighter weight divisions, 115, 118, 122. We talked about some names. Bam is up there. And if Kafu could beat Bam, he's going to leapfrog Bam in terms of what's next. He becomes the unified world champion. He takes the hype from Bam Rodriguez, and he has the opportunity of a lifetime to do it. We know the king in the division above is Junto Nakatani, and the king of kings above him is Naoya Inoue. So whoever wins this fight, looking ahead, one being 25 in Bam, one being 26 in Kafu, puts themselves in a great position for future blockbuster world title fights. Right now, let's take a closer look at the undefeated American and see what he's been up to in his career. Guys, Jesse Rodriguez is 21-0 with 14 knockouts. Out of 869 fighters in the world at 115 pounds, he's ranked number 1. He's fought a total career of 113 pro rounds and carries into the ring a 67% career knockout to win ratio. He is the WBC World Super Flyweight Champion. His adoring fans know him as Bam, and the 25-year-old American is a southpaw standing at 5'4" with a 67-inch reach. He was born and raised in San Antonio, Texas, USA. We last saw him fight Pedro Guevara at 42-4, stopped him in the 3rd. Estrada, 44-3, stopped him in the 7th. Sonny Edwards, 20-0, stopped him in the 9th. Hernandez, 15-1, UD in the 12th. Gonzalez, 28-4, UD in the 12th. Guys, Bam Rodriguez is a joy to watch. If you're a fan of boxers who are technicians, you're going to like his style. If you're a fan of big punchers, guys who go for stoppages and are aggressive, Bam is going to be your guy. Once again, he does a lot of things really well. Like I said, from my perspective, being a guy who's been around boxing his whole life since I was a young kid, somebody who coaches the sport, Bam Rodriguez does things such as his angle changes, his footwork, how he works the body. Some of my favorite body punches in the entire sport come from Bam Rodriguez. Also, you can find world champions at the highest level, undefeated guys, who don't change up the speed of their punches, who don't mix up their tempo within combinations. Bam Rodriguez does that, and he does it really well. And when he starts cooking, the minute he starts seeing you fade, the minute he starts seeing you wilt, he turns it on another gear, and more likely than not, he's gonna get you out of there. Guys, when I look at them side by side, Kafu on paper is gonna be the little bit taller of the fighters, but Bam is gonna have a little longer reach. We're gonna have that classic southpaw versus orthodox style. A fight within the fight to pay attention to early on is that lead foot placement. The orthodox fighter in Kafu is going to want to keep his lead foot on the outside of Bam's lead foot in order to set his backhand up. But with Bam's movement, he's doing the same thing. He wants to keep his lead foot on the outside of Kafu's. And usually, once they establish that small victory, they'll start setting up other things. The thing with Bam Rodriguez, though, he doesn't stay in front of you a lot, especially in the middle of the ring. When you do see him standing in front of you, it's probably not a good thing. That's when he has your back up against the ropes and he's forcing you to fight off of your back foot. And that's when Rodriguez becomes super dangerous. He works the body, he breaks you down to the body, then he finishes up top. He is there to get hit, but he is durable and he has confidence in his power. Guys, before I give you my money line prediction, I want to remind everybody that I do live streams every day on the channel. On those streams, that's when I give you my knockdown prop bets, my method of victory bets, my long parlays. So right now on this video, my stats don't live videos. I only give you my money line prediction. So be sure to hit the bell notification button so you never miss a live stream. All right, guys, wherever you are in the world, let's pull out our betting apps. I live in Sydney, Australia, and the app that I use is called Sportsbet. On the money line, Bam Rodriguez is a big favorite. He's $1.05, meaning you put 100 on Bam to win, you get your money back plus $5. The draw is 25 to 1. Pumle Cafu is a $12.50, meaning 100 on him, you get your money back plus 1,150. Is Cafu an 11 to 1 underdog? Is that fair? Is that too wide? Is that the better showing Cafu no respect? Maybe. Could Cafu go in there and upset and beat Bam? Maybe. When I look at this matchup and I read about each guy and I watch their film study and I watch the tape, I'm not talking any shade on Cafu, but maybe I'm just too high on Bam. Like I said, think when we watch Rodriguez, we're looking at one of the best in the sport. I'm not glazing the fighter. I'm not hyping him up. I'm not a fan of any one fighter. I'm a fan of the sport. And when I see a fighter go about their business like Rodriguez, what he does in the ring with his technique, how he executes a game plan, the killer instinct he has in there, and more importantly, his willingness to exchange and trade and end the show. Like I said, he's one of the most entertaining fighters to watch. So is the 11 to 1 odds too steep for Cafu? I don't think so. I think Bam Rodriguez is going to do what he wants in there. Some people are predicting it to be closer than the odds say. I actually don't. I think Rodriguez is going to shine. Every time I've seen him fight so far this in his career, I've never seen him really have a bad night. I expect him to continue to level up. I'm taking Bam on the money line. You don't have to agree with me in the comment section below. Who do you see winning this fight? Guys, stay tuned to my live stream though, because there are some excellent money opportunities in this fight if the $1.05 isn't enough juice for the squeeze. Not a lot of returns, but in those live streams, I'm going to tell you about some knockdown prop bets and some over and unders. Also, guys, if you haven't seen my breakdown, prediction, and analysis of the main event, the rematch in Wembley, this is for the undisputed belts at heavyweight between Usyk and Dubois. Stay tuned to the channel because that's coming up right now.